Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I also wanted to let you know that not only do I create content here on Class in the Glass, but I also stream content in my Twitch channel, Mr. Revan7. I play single-player games, multiplayer games, and I also do movie reviews and cartoon reviews as well. I also want to encourage you to check out my Patreon, Class in the Glass, where I offer audio commentaries, full reactions for movies, and also the ability to submit questions for my video casts and podcasts. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and enjoy the video.
After 7 months of fighting, the civil war in Shadaloo may have reached the turning point. The capital has just fallen.
In December 1994, the forces of freedom will face a power-mad dictator in a struggle for the fate of the world.
I'm going to kick Bison's ass.
I don't think so. You'll have to do better than that.
Okay. Yeah! Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
Now, let's get into this Street Fighter nonsense, chat. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you have seen the 1994 classic Street Fighter? Chat, now, I have seen myself, I'll give you a little history, a brief history of how I've seen this movie. This is the first time I've ever seen it all the way through. I've seen clips of this film before, maybe possibly on television, online, YouTube, chat. The YouTube, a very familiar platform on the internet. I've seen it that way, but I've never sat down and watched the entire film, you know, from the beginning to the credits, chat. And boy, listen, I think overall, chat, just got, like, it's fine. You know, it's definitely, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, then it's like, I could totally understand if you really like it, because they throw so many references to the original games at you, and they're done in a very, you know, cartoon, which I would think the fans would appreciate. But as someone who's just not too familiar with the franchise, like, I play the games, I know some of the characters, then it's like some of the stuff might be lost on me. You know, but you know, they've been trying to make a Street Fighter films and adaptations for years, and I think that this is not, I don't think it's controversial to say this is probably the, not counting the animated ones, because I haven't seen them, like, apparently people out like them, but in terms of the live action films, this is arguably the best one. I don't think it's a controversial statement. Del Luna, thank you, or Della Luna, excuse me, Della Luna. Thank you so much for subscribing to that Twitch Prime subscription, Della. So glad I found you in this community. Oh, thank you, Della Luna. Well, I'm happy to have you be a part of this community. It's been fantastic to have you. Raising my glass to you again, shaking the pillars of heaven tonight. And then I got to do another cartoon poll. We'll be doing it after the review, though. That's when we'll do it. Shin-Con, welcome. No, you're good, Della Luna. There's no problem at all. You go right ahead and interrupt me. You go right ahead and interrupt me, because you're supporting. Yes, and I will stop everything to talk to you. The green screen dimension is collapsed. No! Oh, yeah. Lots of titties and sexy spawn. That's true, Mr. Yasmin. There are. Who we got here? Dark Slayer. Never seen it, like I mentioned earlier, but saw some clips. It was Tuesday was when I saw it. Indeed. Deluna. I've seen clips too. Never watched the whole thing. 30 Lynn. Never seen Street Fighter. Okay, so a lot of you just haven't seen this movie. So maybe I have, but it was a long time ago as a kid. Probably in the 90s. I love Raul Julia, so sad it was his, yeah, that's the thing, chat. So apparently, yeah, we can get to like a brief history. The movie had a budget of about $35 million at a box office of $99.4 million. So it was a moderate success for its time. I mean, it just came under $100 million, but still made close to 3 times his original budget. So that's not bad. Apparently, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was in high demand in the early 90s, chat. This is kind of like, he came in like the last kind of like big push of the muscle-bound action stars, chat. People like Schwarzenegger and Stallone. Like, he was kind of one of the last guys. Like him and like Seagal, even though Seagal's a piece of shit. But he wasn't during that era of those action films. And he demanded a big fucking paycheck. He was paid $8 million for this movie. That's a significant amount of a payday, chat. I was surprised by that. And there were like a lot of mandates by like Capcom and various actors guilds too. And this kind of goes into it's like why certain characters are not not their specific nationalities. Because you have like a character like Cammy who is she's American. Same with Kyle. And you have fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's Belgian. And it's like, he's like American. He's as American as goddamn Arnold Schwarzenegger is in Commando. It's like, what are you doing? What are you trying to trick here? Just make a Belgian. Who gives a shit? But we got, or at least cast an American actor, or have him do an American accent. But that's too much for Jean-Claude Van Damme, apparently. But like Cammy, she's Australian in the movie because the Australian Screen Actors Guild demanded that they cast an Australian, because I guess that's what they filmed part of the movie there. It's like, if you're going to do this movie, you got to cast an Australian. Like, okay, that's what we did. So it's like weird demands like that. And also like straight demands from Capcom, but for also casting other actors of the time. Like there's several Japanese actors in this film who have very, very minor roles. They only have like a couple of speaking roles. And my God, they really struggle with the English. You could tell that they dubbed over a few people too. And it's like, okay, why was that necessary? It's just bizarre that they had like these weird moments, Jeff. Oh yeah. I was just like, huh? That just immediately takes you out of it. But I mean, again, for people who are fans of the franchise, they put as many of the characters in here as possible. I don't know if they're used well. I guess some are used better than others. I don't know how this is the way these characters are presented in the game. It's a little bizarre. We'll get into all the nitty-gritty, chat, but let's go ahead and we'll start off right now. Chat, we are now in the fictional Southeast Asian country of Shalom. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Shalom. And in Shalom, chat, there's a civil war going on. The government has been toppled by the evil drug lord, M. Bison. I get his first name is just an M, chat. He never says what his first name is. So is this M. Bison. And he has pronounced himself general of the country. And it's up to the UN, who are not called the UN in this movie, chat. They're called the AN. I don't know what the A stands for, but we're just going to call them the UN for the sake of convenience, chat. And because I'm going to constantly forget it throughout this review anyway. And they are currently battling the forces, the evil forces of M. Bison, and they're trying to take back the country, trying to help all these refugees, chat. But M. Bison, he's like, you're not going to stop me yet. Because he has captured 40 hostages, 40 UN, various groups of people, chat. Soldiers, UN soldiers, peacekeepers, Red Cross people, refugees, and he is holding them in his evil lair, which doesn't look all that well put together, in all honesty. Looks like it was just put up in a day or two. But that's okay, chat, because goddamn, the UN's there, and they're being led by Jean-Claude Van Damme, a Belgian man who is playing an American hero, Guile, chat. And they just make a Belgian. Who would have cared? It wouldn't have mattered. And he's like, we're gonna find him, Bison. We're gonna put him down. And of course, he's being interviewed by ace reporter Chun-Li Zio. I'm just gonna call her Chun-Li, chat. She's a reporter in this movie, and she too has been tracking down M. Bison. She's been trying to get an interview with Guile. We're just gonna call him Jean-Claude Van Damme for the sake of convenience. But Jean-Claude Van Damme, he doesn't talk to the reporters, especially female reporters. He doesn't have a lot of respect for women, chat, unless they're wearing specific clothes. My God, there are some sexist moments in this movie. It's like, ooh, this isn't working very well. But chat, he takes the fucking microphone from Chun-Li. Give me that woman! And he has a message for M. Bison, because M. Bison, he's watching too. And he's like, I'm gonna come after you, sir. And I'm gonna put you in the goddamn ground. And M. Bison's like, yes. Like this is a weird thing about M. Bison, chat. And remember this moment that I'm gonna talk about. M. Bison, out of all the things that he cares most about, it's not even really a country. It's not like spreading his influence across the world, making every single nation on the planet, chat, bend to his will. No. It's just about having a good old brawl, a good old wrestling match with his best bud, Guile, chat. He just wants that. He says there's nothing more honorable than just going mano-y-mano You know, just raising the fisticuffs. Remember this, Jack. It's very important. And so he says, switch it off. I'm done listening to Guile. And now we are seeing... Oh, no, he doesn't switch it off, chap, because then he's busying himself with, putting all the hostages in this giant weird enclosure. Put him in prison, chap. He's like, I want to save some guys so I can kill him, too. I want to showcase what a good wrestler I am, chat. So he's like, okay, come on, buddy. Like, he's got, like, three UN soldiers, chat. First guy comes up to him, bah, snaps his neck. Next guy almost gets like a few punches in him, bites him, but it doesn't matter, chat. Bah, snaps his neck too. And while this is all going on, we hear goddamn Jean-Claude Van Damme in the background. And he's like, now, don't worry, because now he's like talking like to a specific person. He's like, Charlie Blanca, I'm coming for you, buddy. Okay? The last thing I want to happen is for something horrible to happen to you, okay? I'm coming. And Charlie's just sweating fucking beads of sweat, man. He's just like, why'd you say my name? Because then Bison's like, where's Charlie? Charlie, raise your hand. And there they find him. He's like, shit. Jean-Claude Van Damme threw poor Charlie under the bus, chat. Can we get some Mr. Revan Yanks, Mr. Revan Hypes for Charlie, some RIPs? He's gonna fucking need it. Because he's like, oh, he shouldn't have done that. He's like, take Charlie Blanca to the laboratory. We will do some things to him. And then that's what they do. We take him to the laboratory, chat. You have Dalsim, who is he's not a fighter in this. He's played by one of the villains from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He's the guy, I think, that stretches. He has the stretch powers, right? He got the stretch powers. And he makes super soldiers, and, but he's a little smarmy, chat. He's a little sarcastic because, goddamn M. Bison, he wants to know, so how do you make my super soldiers? Well, I just, imbue them with these negative images, chat. That's how they start first, chat. First, you put them in this contraption. You just show them, it's like a Clockwork Orange. You keep their eyes open and you just see negative images of violence and murder, chat. It's funny. And then you inject their tummies with the chemicals and it turns them green and turns their hair orange. They become gorilla-like, chat. And, goddamn M. Bison, he's watching the images. He's like, what's wrong with these images? And it's like, well, to a psychopath like you wouldn't be bothered by it. It's like, oh, you don't talk to me that way. And he tells Dalsim, he's like, you're going to fucking do this, okay? And once I get my first super soldier, I'll have no need of you, Dalsim. And he goes away. But Dalsim, chat, even though he agreed to work for not only a drug dealer at first, chat, a warlord, works for a goddamn dictator. So Dalsim, it's like, I don't want to do this bullshit. You took the goddamn money. All right, so don't be the bleeding heart all of a sudden, okay? But he cares for Charlie Blanca, chap, but Charlie's having some issues right now. Things aren't going very well for him, chap. But then we cut back to the UN chat, and Chun-Li, she's still trying to get that interview with Jean-Claude Van Damme, but she's just not able to. And there's more to Chun-Li than we're led to believe. Now, there's something. She is on a quest herself to find M. Bison. We're also introduced to a bunch of other characters. A Balrog, chat, the boxer, and also a sumo wrestler named Huda. What's his name again? I don't know his name. Hadim? No, that's not it. Honda, chat. I told you I'd get it. And they're all there for a reason. They are getting involved to take down M. Bison. There are various reasons, chat. They're not important. They're really not important in hindsight. But that's what they're doing too. But chat, there's a lot of fucking characters introduced in like the first 10 minutes, chat. Because now we get into like, I guess, the crux of the plot here. Because while, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's doing this thing. M. Bison's doing this thing. Chun-Li, she's doing this thing. Now we're introduced to another two supporting characters, chat. Ken and, Ryu. And these guys, I don't know if this is how they are in the original games, but they are weapons dealers. And they are going to meet Sagat, chat. Sagat, who is played by the actor from Last of the Mohicans, who was a very terrifying Indian man who would scalp people quite often. I remember that guy from Last of the Mohicans, chat. Remember that? The White Savior movie, where fucking Daniel Day-Lewis was a Native American, except he was the best of the best one, Because he was, because he was fucking white. It's fucking weird. And so they're there to deliver some weapons to Sagat, chat. And, but we want to see the money, honey. We want our $100,000, which I think $100,000 for like this super advanced weaponry. That seems a little low in my opinion. I just thought that'd be like be a lot more expensive, like the millions. But maybe they're just entering into the weapons dealing business, chat. And Sagat is like, no, I'm not going to pay you after because I already know where the weapons are. I already have obtained them from the dock that you had at the specific docks that they were being held secret. And so, I'm just going to go ahead and kill you for your weapons. First of all, Sagat clearly is not a very good businessman, chap, because if you're constantly just getting weapons and then killing people, you're not going to, like, engender a lot of goodwill in the weapons-dealing, drug-dealing community. That's just my guess. So, I don't know why why it's $100,000. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's not that much money. And you were getting a steal, but Chad, it was a manipulation. Because as Sagat's henchmen are loading up all these weapons, Chad, cocking these guns, they're just about to fire on Ken and Ryu, and just out pops some fucking Nerf darts. These are like obviously fake weapons. And when you look at them, it's like, that is obviously plastic, Nerf technology right there. So how Sagat and his guys didn't realize that was all fake weaponry is beyond me. But now Sagat's been bamboozled, and he's not too happy about it. Excuse me, Chuck. I'm dying. It's the corona. And he's telling these guys, he's like, okay, well, now that you betrayed me, instead of just killing you, like, regularly, I'm just going to enter you into my Mortal Kombat competition. I see what you did there, Street Fighter. And that, Chad, is when we're introduced to Vega. He is the most popular member of this Mortal Kombat competition, and he wants to go ahead and send out Ryu out in there. And so, Chad, this is exciting. We're going to get our first Kung Fu battle, our first street fight, if you will, in Street Fighter, the 1994 classic. And, man, do they fucking hype it up, Chad, because we got Vega. He's coming out there. He's waving towards the lady, throwing fucking roses at him and the panties and the bras and everything. Oh, my God. And Vega, he takes off his mask. What a hottie, Chad. He's looking good. But then Ryu, he takes his clothes off, and he is looking fucking tight, Chad. He is like, everyone's sweaty in this movie. Everyone's sweaty. Even when people just standing around, everyone is just sweating beads. I get it. You're in a Southeast Asian country, and it's hot there. But Jesus Christ, there's some places where they're obviously air conditioned. So again, they were mistreating the actors, Chad. But they take us out. All the ladies are all for Ryu now. Forget Vega. He's old news. I want that Ryu booty butt. And Vega doesn't like that, chat. And he's going to grab he's the guy that has like the big fucking Wolverine claw, like the single Wolverine claw and the mask. He wants to put this on, but the child says, no weapons, because they don't want Ryu's hot bod to get slashed up by Vega. And Vega goes, he's upset. And Sagake says, hey man, you go listen to the crowd. And now, chat, they're having the countdown timer. Long countdown timer. It's about like 10 seconds before, and they're just fucking posing, chat. They're doing all their moves from the game, I assume, kind of their stance. And right as soon as it hits zero, chat, they're launching into each other, and fucking a huge tank comes in and just crushes a whole bunch of people. I mean, immediately runs. I mean, it's like, wow, okay. Runs them over, chat. People are dying over there. They're scattering. You're seeing bodies just explode because under the weight of this tank. And fucking who pops out of there, chat? It's goddamn Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he's there. You are all under arrest, except for the people I just murdered. And it's like, how are you going to arrest all these people? Like, I mean, you're going to run over your tank? You didn't have any other backup there, but he's there to arrest everybody, chat. And he takes in Sagat. He takes in Ken. He takes in Ryu. And not looking good for these new characters. Takes in sexy Vega, chat. No, not my Vega. It's the last thing I want. Hey, just grab everyone. Chris, just have a drink, alcohol. Kill. That's true. I gotta kill the germs, chat. There's no way I can do it. Brave Mango, welcome to stream. Vega in this isn't a pedo like he was in the animated stream. What? He was a pedophile, Zodiac Curse? Welcome to stream, but what? Oh my god. Oh wow. Jesus, okay. I did not know that. Well, he just seems to be a very sexy Spanish man who has a thing for the ladies. That's all I know. And he also wants to kill Ryu because he's even hotter. He's even hotter than Vega. And so, chat, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's made all these arrests. Ryu, Ken, they're in prison, but Sagat, he's still trying to kill him. He's hired guys to kill Ken and Ryu, but they're too quick, chat. They're too skilled at the street fighting, and they beat back everybody in prison. So Sagat's is like, God damn it, nothing's going my way at this point. Thank you, Zodiac Curse. I don't know if I want to check out that link. I want to be on the FBI's Most Wanted, especially during this time. And, that's happened in prison. Again, no guards, by the way, in this Shandulu prison, wherever the hell we are in Southeast Asia. Like, no one's paying attention. And then Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's talking about, it's like, okay, guys, we got to take on M. Bison. We know where his secret base is right now. We have some serious matters to attend to. But then, Chad, all the fucking sudden, this guy who the security just let in, for whatever reason, burst, like, he went through fucking, like, not even a metal detector. Chad's like, oh, let me search you. Okay, you're free to go into the secret UN base. What? And this guy runs up the goddamn stairs and immediately attacks Jean-Claude Van Damme, which in hindsight was a mistake, because Jean-Claude Van Damme just fucking punches this guy in the throat, and his goddamn, throat collapses in on itself, chat. His air passages is no more. He falls on the table, gags, and eyes bugging out, and he's dead. And they're like, he's dead, sir. Of course he's dead. Jean-Claude Van Damme just punched and or kicked him, possibly in the throat. So that was not good. That was not good on him. He's like, okay, this isn't good. And so they open it up, check. Then Cammy's just like, I must check his nipples. And she immediately just grabs his shirt, chat, and rips it open. Because she wants access to those nipples, chat. And she goes, and it's right above his nipple, chat. We see a tattoo. She says, that is the symbol of Sagat's drug gang. And it's the same symbol we saw in prison too, chat, when Ryu and Ken were attacked, because the guy in his neck had one too. It's like, I see. And so Jean-Claude Van Damme is like, so Sagat's trying to kill me. You know what? I should go to this prison, and we shall see if all of Sagat's people are like this. Maybe we can use them to help us take down M. Bison, chat. And he looks at all these guys, but he notices Ken and Ryu. He's like, you know what? I got a good feeling about these two kids. Let me talk to them, chat. And so he talks to them for like about a minute, and then takes them to a refugee camp where these people have been horrifically maimed and lost everything. Families have been murdered by M. Bison. And now the movie has established yet, and I don't know if this is like it is in the games. Ryu and Ken, they are drug runners, or no, excuse me, they are gun runners, chat. They sell weapons to warlords and criminals around the world. Okay, they constantly make reference that they're always scheming, and I'm like, okay, so these guys apparently are pretty hard, right? And so they've seen a lot of like brutal shit on this planet. But fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme just takes them to the refugee camp. He's like, see all this shit? And they instantly, their hearts are falling apart for these people. It's like, I don't buy it. But the movie has to continue on, chat. Because we're like at the half-hour mark, and we have just under an hour to go. So we need to wrap this shit up. And they're like, okay, you know what? We're going to help you. We're going to help you, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Can we get us out of here? He's like, yes, you can. And we're going to come up with a scheme, chat. Meanwhile, we constantly cut back to M. Bison. He's, again, I'll say this, Raul Julia, he's the best part of the movie. Because at least I don't know if he enjoyed making this film. Apparently he did it for his kids, who were huge fans of Street Fighter, and they begged him to do this. And he's like, okay, and he did it. But he is fucking chewing the scenery anytime he's on screen. Because we get this one moment when he puts out his demands, like for the UN hostages, I want $20 billion from the governments of the world, because there's international hostages, yeah, for all from various countries, United States, the UK, France, Germany, etc., etc., etc. He then, like, using this $20 billion, Chad, he's going to construct, he's gonna just fucking level the country, and he's going to raise up his new world order, Chad, which is, his first city's gonna be called Bisonopolis. That doesn't really roll off the tongue, Chad, Bisonopolis. And he's showcasing, there's fucking statues of him everywhere. Everything's like in the shape of a fucking skull. He's not very subtle, Chad. And what's so great about it is because he's like fucking Trump, because he can't stop watching the news. He always wants to hear about himself. And he says, oh, that Chun-Li, she's such a nasty woman, that Chun-Li. I hate her, but he can't stop watching her, chat, because you know he wants to fuck her. We'll get to that, chat. We'll get to that. And because his whole thing's like, listen, I just want to help the people. I just want to tell them that M. Bison, that my way is the best way, okay? And whoever gets in my way, I'm going to fucking kill him. I'm going to put him in the goddamn dirt. And thankfully, once I raise up Bisonopolis, I take over this Shandaloop, this country, and I spread my essence across the planet, then we shall finally have peace. It's like some goddamn Papa Palpatine shit, chat. And I love it too, because Zangief, I like these two characters. You got Zangief, chat, he's kind of playing, I guess, the character which he was in the game. This very dumb Russian, muscle-bound fighter. And he's like, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And then we have Corey Coleman, who's in the movie. It's fucking, oh god, who is the actor's name, Chad? It's DJ. You've seen this guy before. Miguel Nunez. It's Miguel Nunez Jr., who he was also in Scooby-Doo as a witch doctor, chat. But if you put these guys side by side, it is shocking how similar Corey and him look. That's every time I see it, it's like, hey, there's Corey. Watching this movie. Somebody welcome to the stream. It is. He's here. And, he's the only one. He's, the only one. It's like, listen, I'm just doing this for the money. Okay, I don't believe in this whole fucking New World Order. It's like, I'm getting some Nazi vibes here, and I'm the only, he notices, I'm like the only black man here. So I'm a little freaked out by this. I'm gonna count myself lucky, though. And so then, chat, we cut back, and there's being a prisoner transportation. They're taking all the most dangerous criminals out of the Chandelou prison, and they're gonna ship them off to, Hong Kong or Thailand or something. And, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's monitoring the shipment of the prisoners, chat. And then we see Ken and Ryu, and they're just getting into an argument, chat. They are just very upset with the situation they're in, and they just start wrestling. They just start being the shit, like these two best friends, chat. And they're like, their schemes have come to an end. They're going on to another prison. Like, their lives are going to be in jail for decades, if not life, chat. So it's not great for them. Some of the guards get in there, chat, and they throw them apart and everything. They push them into the big old prison bus. But it was all ruse because goddamn either Ken or Ryu, they stole a key from the guard, and they're like, we're gonna get ourselves out of here. We're just gonna leave. But then who's also on the bus, chat? Goddamn Sagat and Vega. And Vega's like, baby, they got the key. And Sagat's like, I know, we got to get that key too. And they say, hey, Ken Ryu, listen, bygones be bygones, okay? We're all criminals here. We're all cut from the same cloth. Forget the past, man. If you give me the key too, I'll forget everything that happened and I'll help you escape the country, okay? You can join me in my business enterprises. And they're like, sounds good. And they throw him the key, chat, and then they just fucking kill everybody. They kill a lot of the people on the bus. And they take over the bus too. And fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, his Van Damme sense is a tingling. And he runs out there, chat. And he just decides to don't everybody, I got this. He stands in front of the fucking truck, chat, and is like, takes out his pistol and starts shooting. But he did not expect this, chat. Didn't expect this because Ken, he too has a pistol somehow. And he begins shooting Van Damme. And they okay, first of all, I don't know how many fucking bullets are in that clip, chat, but they shot, I'm gonna say at least more than a dozen times. I'm gonna say it's at least 16 rounds, so that fucking goddamn clip has at least 20 bullets. So they're shooting at each other, chat, but two do pierce Jean-Claude Van Damme's tummy, and he falls out of the way, chat. Sagat sees that Ken show, he's like, hell yeah, man, you shot that guy, that's cool. You're my new best friend. Move over, Vega. And it's like, you get the mask and claw now. So it's a good relationship between Sagat and Ken right now, chat. But they're out of there. Fucking Cammy, she runs over and she's checking his pulse, chat, checking his tummy. It's like, oh no, Jean-Claude Van Damme is dead, chat. What? I did not expect this. We're about 35 minutes in the movie and the main character is gone. Oh no. And so after that, Chun-Li, she's covering it, and she's saying how it's so sad that Jean-Claude Van Damme is dead. And Bison, he gets wind of this, and he's like, oh, I want to be the one to kill him. And it's weird because everyone's like, wouldn't you be happy if he's dead? Aren't you happy that Sagat killed him? He's like, yeah, but I really wanted to kill him myself. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. This ruined my day, guys. I'm gonna take a day off. You do my evil schemes. I'm going to go to my ostentatious lair, and I just need a moment. So, Chad, he is mourning his fallen enemy. Good, I like that for a villain. So he goes and does that, Chad. Meanwhile, we cut to Chun-Li, and she's like, okay, guys, it is now my time to be a main character in the movie. Because there are so many characters in this film, it's hard to keep track of all the plots. She's like, okay, fucking Honda, Balrog, we're gonna quickly go over everything that's happened to us. Like Balrog, he ended your boxing career, right? Like M. Bison, he's like, yeah, I sure did. Honda, he attacked your sumo wrestling clan, right? He's like, yep, sure did. And Mama and Papa, they were killed by M. Bison. So okay, here's what we're gonna do. I think there's something afoot going on right now. I want to follow the van that is currently transporting Jean-Claude Van Damme's body, and I'm going to see exactly where it's going, because I'm seeing some weird shit, but I got to get like a homing beacon on it to find out, because I think she thinks like M. Bice is going to take it over or something. It doesn't matter, chat. And so she puts on her stealth gear and shit. By the way, I hate stuff like this, because she's like, I'm going to infiltrate, and like they're at a checkpoint, chat. And she pops out of the truck. By the way, it's fucking like broad daylight too. And if we're looking at a truck, okay, it's like a regular truck, you know, I don't know, it's big, it's a van, chat. And she pops out the top. My peripheral vision, I can absolutely see the top of the truck. I can see over the top of the truck. And so you're gonna tell me just because she's wearing some black clothes that I can't tell where the hell she's going? Bullshit, chat. But she does it, and she infiltrates while Honda and Balrog are distracting the guard shit, the UN guards. Gary Eakin, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Thank you for the host, good sir. Oh, Zodiac Curse has sent me the link to the pedophile Vega. I'll be sure to check that out soon, my friend. So, chat, she infiltrates the UN base, and she notices that there's some she's saying, well, the supposed van that's transporting the body, Jean-Claude Van Damme, it's not going anywhere. It's like, it's just putting that out there so people can get distracted, so the media can follow it, yeah, because they don't want the media involved. It's fake news. It's fake news. And so she's like, that's very strange. And then right next to this super hidden beacon that's putting out this false signal, chat, it's in the morgue, by the way. And she goes, that's weird. And she takes the cloth off, and it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he's dead. She goes, oh, it's so sad. And then she's like, well, I guess they just didn't want to, make him a target or something. And then she takes she puts the cloth back on, Chad, turns around to leave, and he goes, boo! It's like, why'd you do that? She still would have thought you were dead no matter what, because, Chad, we find out it was a ruse. It was a ruse, a plan between Jean-Claude Van Damme, Ken, and Ryu. They would fake his death, so then Sagat and then Bison would be unaware of the upcoming attack, because it was like called off or some shit. And it was like, that's what it was. And then he's like, Chun-Li, you're under arrest. She goes, but I need to help you. I can tell you my backstory. He's like, too bad, I don't care. And that's what he pretty much was, Jack. He's like, I have a reason for going after him. He says, your reasons are selfish, okay? I'm doing this for America, and that supersedes anything that you care about, okay? America #1, leave. And they take her out, Jack. They take her out. Cammy takes her out. Another Street Fighter character who's a Native American. I don't know what his name is, chat. But he doesn't look Native American but he does reference, I'm an Apache, because I have an Apache headband. And he goes, I didn't know that. And he's like, yeah, that's important. But chat, Chun-Li, she's just too wily, because she gets out of the vice grip of Cammy and the very white Native American man, and she just jumps the fuck out of the window. And then Honda's there, and Balrog's there, and they just drive off. And goddamn, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's like saying, what a woman, because that's who he's all about, chat. He doesn't like journalists, but oh man, he likes that Chun-Li right now. And then after that, chat, we cut to this traveling weapon bazaar. Or I don't know, party. I don't know what it is, chat. It's this black market bazaar off in the boonies of Shambhalou that M. Bison is hosting. Rockets from Iraq, weapons of mass destruction from Russia, chat. Everyone who is into the weapons of death is there buying and selling. And M. Bison, he's having a good time. And for whatever reason, M. Bison, he just loves a magic show. That just tickles his fancy, chat, because now we are seeing that Honda, Chun-Li, and Balrog, they've infiltrated the black market bazaar of M. Bison to put on a magic show for him. And man, he is just tickled pink by all their little showcases, chat. They're all doing that. Also in attendance is Sagat. Recently, freed him and Ken and Ryu. They're having a good time, and they're like, I don't know why the fuck we're watching a magic show. I mean, this is weird, but you're not gonna question M. Bison yet. He loves the magic, and so they do their whole thing. Ken, he's just staring directly at Chun-Li. You know what he wants, and she's like, I'm gonna play this dumb idiot. And so then he goes ahead and follows her, chat. Ken, he says, he's unsatisfied with his life. He doesn't know what to do with himself. What? Swag! Thank you so much, Sag. Welcome to stream 5 months in a row. Good to see you. Oh, he likes Chun-Li's. He does. I'm doing very well. Show. Who doesn't like Chun-Li? Her thigh in this game. In the game of Godly. Absolutely. But those aren't, like, real. You can't have an actual person with thighs like that. Thighs of steel, chat. It's just too much thickness. It'll be overwhelming. Yes. But, now, by the way, let's all be friends in the chat. I know there's a discussion currently going on right now, but let's all be friends in the chat. I just want everyone to be okay. Here's to you guys. And so, Ken, he chases after Chun-Li, Balrog, and Honda chat, and she's leading him to a tent and everything. Also, I believe, like, Ryu follows, too, and they get captured, and then, you know, she tells them her backstory. Honda, fucking Balrog, they tell backstory. It doesn't matter, Chad's like, okay, let's all work together to take down Sagat and M. Bison. Like, sure, let's do it at this point. It's the sake of convenience. So they're going to go ahead and do that shit. But meanwhile, there's some trouble brewing in the tent of M. Bison. Because, you know, because Sagat, he's brought all these new weapons to M. Bison for his troops and things, for his eventual takeover of the country. He's like, wow, these are great, Sagat. Hey, how about instead of money, you and I can rule the country together? And Sagat's like, yeah, you know, no offense, but I would like to see your money instead. Show me, as he says, chat, the color of your money. And everybody's just like, no offense taken whatsoever. Bring out the money. And they bring out the money, chat. It's like a lot. It's like, imagine, it's like tens upon tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. And they lay this big old case in there. Sagat, he was like, yeah. He opens it up, chat. And it's fucking it's fucking dollar bills with M. Bison's face on. He's like, this is Monopoly money. What are you doing? He's like, it's Monopoly money right now. And fucking M. Bison just goes off in a goddamn spiel. He says, but I can promise you, in a month's time, it'll be worth 5 times as much as the British pound once I kidnap the Queen. It's like, Sagat's like, what are you talking about? You are in the middle of a civil war. You're going to have time to kidnap the Queen of England? I should have never trusted you, M. Bison. You're insane. Oh, don't call him crazy, chat. And Bison's like, I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Because then it's a standoff between Sagat's drug dealers, chat, and M. Bison's fascists. It's not good. And then Ken and Ryu, they walk into this chat and they're like, what's going on, guys? And it's like, this is not good either. Because now they got to try to play sides, calm everybody down, but it's not working, chat. But you know what does momentarily distract them? They hear this fucking beeping. They hear this audio recording coming from this big old cabinet that was owned by Chun-Li and her magic boys. And so they go over there, chat. Like, what is this? And they see, oh, it's a live cam, live video. And it's Chun-Li saying, hey, you did all these horrible things, and, you know, they backstory. We're gonna destroy your weapons. They're like, what? And chat, they could have just instantly just ran out there and stopped them, but they're like, well, let's see how this plays out first. I want to see. So they load up all these goddamn bombs on Sagat's weapons trucks, chat, and they just push this shit. This cameraman did a fantastic job. I don't know who was recording this, but they did a really good job because they recorded the entire way as the truck's going. And everyone's like, oh no, it's coming right for us. And then we get one of the best lines in the movie. Zangief is probably like the MVP of the film, chat, like him and M. Bison, where he goes, oh god, someone changed the channel. Like, if that's gonna help. So they don't all blow the fuck up. Oh, who is that? Who is that with the support right there? Oh, Eduardo Garcia. Welcome to stream. You're my new Huckleberry. Hope you're doing very well tonight. And so, gang, everyone looks at Zangief like, you're an idiot. But, you know, at least he was thinking on his feet, chat. No one else was doing anything. He just panicked, okay? He was flummoxed with what was happening, chat. And the fucking truck crashes in the tent. Everything's blowing up. All the guys are dying. Blood and guts. Insides have now become outside, chat. It's not good. But it's like, oh, we're going to get them. And they do capture Chun-Li and Balrog and goddamn Honda very easily, chat. And they're all gonna take him back to base, and that's what they do. M. Bison's like, I'm not too happy about this, guys, okay? Lost all these weapons. You know, I'm probably gonna still be attacked by the UN. I hope I get my money. I still want my money. Got 12 goddamn hours right now. There's not a lot of time left. And he says, okay, take Honda and take Balrog to be tortured. And for why? For information? He goes, no, because I like it, because he's evil, chat. He's evil. But he looks at Chun-Li. He looks at them thick thighs. Chun-Li goes, and take her to my personal quarters. I was like, oh, now we know what's going to happen, chat. And he says, Ken Ryu, you have proved your loyalty. Sagat, we're okay, right? We're okay? Like, I know you call me crazy and everything. I'm not crazy, okay? But, yeah, you know, I appreciated your time with me. You guys are good. How about you all join my evil empire? We're going to get you some matching uniforms. Zangief can show you around, okay? Vega, you're with me too, okay? So you guys go have fun. Okay, I'm going to go to my my quarters. And so Zangief, he takes very funny moments of Zangief. He takes them around their chat, gets them the match uniforms, the white uniform for Ken, the white uniform for Ryu, and the red uniform for Kensha. I got to get it right. You're going to be mad at me. You're going to be very mad at me if I get that wrong. Those are the colors. And so, like, I hope fucking Van Damme's okay, because Van Damme, chat, and it's all up to him at this point. He's got to come and attack. But meanwhile, chat, we cut to the quarters of M. Bison. And chat, he is just taking off all that heavy gear right now. He wears a lot of clothes. It's fucking hot in Chandelou. It's in Southeast Asia. And I love it too because he could not even be fucking bothered to like care about everything that Chun-Li's been talking about. Because we've already heard it. We know that, you know, you're trying to get revenge. He's like, yeah, okay, no, keep talking. I'm just gonna make a drink. Okay, I'm gonna make a drink. He makes his drink, chat. He has these very ornate, evil-looking glasses. Hands went to her. You keep talking. And she does the whole spiel. It's like, you, my father, he fought against you when you were nothing but a drug dealer. And in a village of farmers repelled you and your forces. You tucked tail and ran. And I love it because she's like, and my father died. And I promised him that I would get vengeance for what you did to him in our village. And then Bison, he's just like, you know, to be completely honest with you, I just don't remember that. I just don't remember. And the thing is like for you, you know, when you saw me and everything, like this was an amazing, important moment in your life. It changed your life 20 years ago and has been guiding you for 20 years. And honey, for me, it was just a Tuesday. And it's like, damn. That is brilliant. That's the thing, chat. Like lines like that's like this movie's dumb, it's goofy, but stuff like that, it's like, okay, that's an iconic line. That's one where you can fucking reference, you know, whether people get it or not, because it's just naturally funny. Absolutely love it. That's why he's the MVP of this movie, chat. Like, I mean, Raul Julia, this is the thing. People like, it's so sad this was his last movie. He fucking makes it, though. He's like, this may be my last movie, but I'm going to put everything I can into it. So again, can we get a raise or a glasses to Raul Julia for this performance, chat? He's having so much. He killed the role. Agreed, Danger Monkey kills in the role. Thunder Lee, thank you for the 10 biddies, good sir. Appreciate that. Just another Tuesday. Damn. Oh, so, we do that. Also, then, we get some more conversations because he's like, and by the way, now she says, like, well, you don't know how hard I've been training for all these years. I've learned 3 different martial arts on 3 different continents. And again, now he kind of, he underestimated her. She's like, you know what? You're just a weak-willed woman. You ain't shit, honey. I know what I'm seeing. And those thighs ain't gonna do shit. She's like, oh yeah, these thighs. And then she immediately, chat, fucking rips off her cuffs. And he goes, oh! And she jumps up and kicks him. And his fucking head wouldn't have snapped back, chat. He goes right into his goddamn bar. Glasses are breaking. Glasses in bed in his bag. He's like, he's screaming, chat. And she just starts wailing on his ass, chat. I mean, goddamn body shots. Shots to the face. She takes his head, and this is funny because there's a little bit of a error here. She slams into like one of these cabinets, chat, and you can see behind the cabinet like all the stuff like on the set because it's obviously a set in back. It's like it's not a regular cabinet. She slams, and he's like, "Oh my God, Jesus!" So he's not doing well, chat. Oh, meanwhile, we cut back. It's all while fucking M. Bison's getting his ass kicked. We cut to Honda and Balrog. They're being tortured. The torturer, he's like, I'm gonna whip the shit out of you, fat boy. And he takes this goddamn whip chain. He just starts whipping the shit out of Honda. But Honda's like, yeah, it's not working. Because he's too thick, Chad. He's got that back fat. You can't penetrate. And he's like, I'm gonna get a bigger whip. And it bakes on that chubby back fat. Chad's like, nah. You're too goddamn thick. I'll be back. And he punches Balrog in the face. But Balrog can take it because he's a boxer. And Balrog's like, hey, buddy, you doing okay? Because he sees his back. It is fucked up. It's all bleeding and shit. And he's like, that's the thing about being a sumo wrestling, man. Mind and body are separate. My mind is in one place, body's in another place. So he's like, well, I just want to make sure your body's okay. So you get that Balrog and Honda are friends, chap. We got to get the hell out of here. And so he's like, hey, let's just rip our chains out of the wall. And Honda goes, great idea. And they just rip the chains out of the wall. It's like, okay. Meanwhile, we cut back to Ken and Ryu, and they're like, hey, I want to be part, listen, we're criminals, right? But I want to be a part of like an evil fascist empire. I mean, we're bad. We're not Hitler bad, all right? We're not that bad. So let's go help out the guys. And so they go to Honda and Balrog, chat, like, hey, guys, we're here. But oh, chat. They get knocked out by Balrog and Honda because they think they betrayed them and are not working for M. Bison. But they say, no, we're not doing that. And they're like, okay, let's go get Chun-Li. And then, chat, they walk into just Chun-Li pummeling the shit out of M. Bison. And Bison's like, oh, thank God, a distraction. And he just fucking runs over, chat, like this. He hits a goddamn wall. Door comes down, protects him. All these toxic fumes fill the room, and it knocks everybody out. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. No, thank you. And so then he transports him to like another place. And he's like, I don't want to deal with that anymore. And I think they recapture everybody, I guess. I think that's what happens. Yeah, I guess they recapture them. I don't know. I mean, no, they do. I don't know what happens. Don't remember, chap, because there's so much going on in the room, in the movie. Then we cut to the capital of Chandelou, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and attack M. Bison's secret base, okay? But the thing is, we can't reach it from the air. They're going to shoot us out of the goddamn sky. Can't reach it from land. We have to reach it from the water, an amphibious assault. So you guys are just going to go en masse. Before that, I'm going to infiltrate the base and lower its defenses in a stealth boat, which has my name plastered across it. Because I think that's kind of cool to do that. It's very Batman-esque. And they're like, sounds good, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And Cammy's like, can we go with you? And she's like, of course you can, Cammy. And very white Native American man. And so they're all loading up, chat. He gives an emotional speech to his people. It's like, we're going to go there and kick his ass. But, chat, oh, no. The UN's reporting in. The UN's there. And they're like, what's going on? They got new orders for Jean-Claude Van Damme. And this very haughty British man says, Jean-Claude Van Damme, the UN has agreed to pay M. Bison the $20 billion for hostages. And Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, why are you going to pay him off already? You know what you can do with that kind of money? You're making a mistake, he says. We're not making a mistake. We're politicians. Everything we say is right. Now shut up and do what we say. And you're relieved of duty, matter of fact, so get the fuck out of here. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is like, you know what, I'll take your orders. I'll take them. I'm just going to speak to my men and women under my command, chat. And he goes up there and he goes, guys, that haughty British man told me to give up. But fuck him. We're going to go attack M. Bison. We're going to showcase more characters that I've forgotten about throughout this review. Put a pin in that, chat. And we're going to go do it. And the British Hushman's like, no, don't do it. He's like, I'm going to fucking do it. And they go out there in the amphibious vehicles, chat, and they're heading out. Meanwhile, come back to base. I totally forgot about this character. Remember Blankish? Remember Charlie? Things aren't going so well for Charlie, chat. Because after being imbued with all those negative imageries... Yoli Smitty! Thank you so much for the 2 gifted subs. Oh, chat. We gotta do more cartoon posts. Thank you, good sir. Congratulations, Christian and Barbie Joy. Congratulations. With Charlie, chat. Now, remember he was just being imbued with negative imagery from the villain from A Temple of Doom. Or one of the villains from The Temple of Doom. He's decided, like, he had a heart of gold. He's Dalsim in this movie, Chad. Dalsim. He's like, well, I just feel bad about this. So I'm just going to imbue him with positive imagery of families, of, Martin Luther King, chat. That was one. That was an image that he kept seeing a lot. A few other things. Puppies. And he's like, that's going to be work. But we're also going to put all sorts of chemicals into his body. So he's horribly disfigured. So couldn't help all that much. But still. And then one of the scientist guys like, what are you doing? And he beep bop boops to the screen. He's like, you're showing them puppies and Martin Luther King? I think not. Destruction and horror. But then Dalsim, chat, he goes, no, don't do it. And he attacks this big chubby guy. And they get into a bit of a wrestling match, chat. And this is gonna get fucked up because the big chubby scientist guy, I don't know what this is. Is it a knife or something? It looks weird. It's like a chainsaw knife. Because he takes it, he grabs Dalsim from the back, and he just shoves it, I don't know where. I'm going to upper back, chat, maybe lower back. I mean, it was near the booty butt area. And he fucking jams this thing into him, and it goes like it was like a chainsaw. It's like, oh my God, what's happening to him? But then Blanca, he starts hearing this too, chat. He busts out open, and he just lifts this chubby scientist man, and he goes, bah, and he breaks him. He breaks him like Banch, and he throws him, and Dulcine's like, oh my god, you're beautiful. Ooh, Miss Evil Ducky, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much. 18 months in a row. That is incredible, Miss Evil Ducky. Welcome. Hope you're doing so well. I'm in the middle of my Street Fighter review. A very large, chubby man was just broken in half by a green, orange-haired monster. But he's not a monster, chat. He's not a monster. There's Charlie's inside of him still. And Dulcine's like, I have a chainsaw blade in me. Can you pull it out? And he's like, yes, I will. And so now we cut, chat, to Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he is now infiltrating the base. He's parked his stealth vehicle. He's like, I gotta get in there with my guys. Him and Cammy and the very white Native American man. This one, the white guy says, "Oh yeah, I brought my Cherokee headband." And Jean-Claude Van Damme goes, "You're Cherokee?" It's like, what? He's like, "Oh yeah." It's like, oh, okay, all right. Couldn't cast another Native American actor. Sagat was Native American. That's a Native American actor. It doesn't matter. So like, I'm gonna infiltrate. He goes in there, chat. He busts in. He gets separated from Cammy and the white Native American guy. He goes in there, chat. And then he's in the laboratory where Charlie was being mutated. And he sees the very chubby man, and he's not looking too good. But then fucking Blanca, now that's what he's called now, Chase, not Charlie. And he grabs Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's choking the shit out of him. And for whatever reason, Jean-Claude Van Damme is like instantly, because he sees the eyes, chat. You can see the soul in the eyes of any man or monster. It doesn't matter. And Charlie, as we know, is not a monster. He says, "You're Charlie, stop choking me." He's like, "Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme friend. He's like, "Yeah, I am your friend." And Charlie, what the fuck did they do to you? He's like, oh. Because I think he finally realized, like, who he was. Like, I am Charlie, you Van Damme. Oh, like, and he sees, like, an image of himself. He's like, oh, it's like, don't worry, Charlie. Don't worry, everything's gonna be. He's like gonna shoot him. He's like, yeah, forget trying to find a cure. He doesn't even question, can this be reversed? Can this be fixed or something? He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot you. And he just pulls out his gun. He's like, look away, Charlie. Look at the rabbits, Charlie. Look at the rabbits. And so he's about to shoot him. But fucking Dulcine's like, excuse me. I was taking a nap because I had a chainsaw blade in my back. Don't do this, okay? He doesn't deserve this. He can still do good. Let him do good. Take on M. Bison. Get revenge on M. Bison. He's like, I will do just that. And so then he goes out and he's like, I'm gonna find him. And then I think he disconnects the various defenses and lowers the defenses to the secret base. All of his army attack shit, all the UN guys, they're infiltrating, they're shooting. And then we finally have a confrontation between Jean-Claude Van Damme and M. Bison. By the way, there's some great moments too throughout this. There's so much going on. But you even have Corey in the movie chat, Corey Coleman. He's like, you know what? Fuck all this. I just want my money. And he just leaves. And he just run throughout the rest of this, like, next 20 minutes. He's just rolling around with this big, giant briefcase of money trying to get the fuck out of there. He doesn't care. Even poor Zangief. Because Zangief, he's like, rips off his fucking clothes, chat. He's like classic Zangief, hairy and shit. And he's like, Zangief, what are you doing? He's like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, why? Why? We're the good guys. Like, Zangief, we're the bad guys, you idiot. We're the bad guys? Yes. Now leave. Great moments. But also, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. Ken and Ryu, they're having, like, an argument because they escape somehow. Like, oh, but Ken, he's all about, like, let's just get the fuck out of here and make some more money. Ryu's like, no, man, I have a higher purpose now. I want to help Jean-Claude Van Damme and Chun-Li and Cammy and that weird green monster guy, okay? I'm going to go help them. He's like, forget you! And he runs off, chat. They run off in opposite directions. Meanwhile, Ken, he's like, the money's gone, shit, goddamn Corey Coleman took it. At least I'm going to take this gold statue. This must be worth something. But then he's like, where's the exit? He goes beeps and bops and boops on this control panel, chat. And he sees that, like, all the footage of all these poor UN soldiers dying. It's like, it's not looking good. And then he lands on one image of Ryu. And he's going to this one area. But then who's in the same room, chat? It's Sagat and Vega. He's like, no, my friend. And he forgets the golden statue. No, actually, no, he still has it. I'm going to still sell this for shit. I got to go help my friend. And then we get a battle. Ken and Ryu versus Sagat and Vega, chat. I believe, Ken is squaring off with Sagat, and Ryu is squaring off with Vega. Yeah, that's what it is, because they didn't have their first match to begin the movie. And man, Ken's, Ryu's like, you know what, fuck it. He burns the shit out of Vega's face because he's so pretty, but not anymore. He burns him, chat, and I think he kills him because I don't think he makes it out of there. He kills Vega. Sagat just gets really tired. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna stop fighting. I'm just tired. You guys go ahead. I'm good. They're like, okay, and they go help Jean-Claude Van Damme. Meanwhile, chat. Jean-Claude Van Damme, him and M. Bison, they're getting a bit of a tussle. This is what M. Bison has always wanted. He's like, yes, finally, fuck my evil empire, fuck, world aspirations of domination. This is all I want, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's fucking go. And Jean-Claude Van Damme kicks him, and he electrocutes to death. That is it. And he's dead. He's like, oh, yeah, took care of this. And he calls Cammy, and he's like, okay, we've secured the hostages, because he's finally secured the hostage chats with Ken and Ryu. They'll get him out of there. Honda, he's also squaring off against Zangief. Great moments between Honda and Zangief, where they cut to just random images. Like, everyone's looking on cameras of fights happening in the other side of, the complex. And they have this whole, Godzilla-esque battle between Honda and Zangief. It's pretty funny. So you have that. But while, Jean-Claude Van Damme is calling Cammy and shit, you just see the dead body of M. Bison just kind of doing weird shit in the background, because I guess he has an exosuit on of some kind, and it's slowly bringing him back to life. It's like giving him CPR. It's injecting adrenaline into his neck, and so then Chad, he just fucking pops up, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, oh, I'll call you back, Cammy. Time for round 2. Oh, I see what you did there. It's like in the game. Round 2. And he's like, okay, let's do it, fucking M. Bison, because I know you're all about, combat, Mortal Kombat, if you will. A mano y mano. And M. Bison goes, yeah, fuck that. And he just pulls a fucking Palpatine on him, shit. Unlimited power! And he electrocutes the shit out of him. And he's like, what was this? Yeah, I thought you were all about this. It's like, but you kicked me and I died. I'm not taking any chances. And you know what? To be honest, chat, fair enough. Fair enough. It makes sense. Oh man, this is terrible. But Ron Julie, he's having a lot of fun. And he's just like, okay, I'm going to use my fucking anti-gravity boots, the power of flight. And you can tell this is some shitty wire work, chat. Like how they have him. Because when he's up in the air, he's swinging back and forth on this wire. And when he's going forward, he's still swinging, but it doesn't matter. They're like, all right, we don't have that much money left in the budget. Raul Julia, it's like, he's giving it his all. That's all we're going to do, chat. And they get into a big old battle. But Jean-Claude Van Damme goes, well, kicking him really seemed to work last time. And he just kicks him again, chat. And Raul Julia's like, not the kick! And he flies all the way back into his TV monitor, chat, because he's obsessed with the news like a certain politician. And he falls all the way back, chat. He goes, and he gets electrocuted again, and then he dies. And he gets set on fire. Well, now that he's on fire, he's definitely dead. Let's get the fuck out of here, chat. But the thing is, everyone's evacuating. Zangief's like, I'm with the good guys now. I'm helping. So he helps all the hostages too, chat. Everyone's getting out of there. But goddamn Jean-Claude Van Damme, he still needs to get Charlie. He still needs Charlie Blanca. He's like, Charlie, I need to take you out of here. And Charlie's like, I am ugly as shit, okay? And you just tried to kill me about, 10 minutes ago. So fuck off. I'm going to stay here. And Dalsim, who suddenly is now bald. Remember this, Chad? Have you seen the movie? He's now bald and looking extremely sickly. So I was very confused by that. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think I'm mutating, or I just had a goddamn knife/chainsaw stuck up my ass. So I'm not feeling too hot either. I'm just going to hang out with him. So you go ahead. And so he's like, all right, he fucking leaves. The base is exploding, chat. Charlie and Dalsim, I guess, are killed in the base. Vega's also dead too. Oh, meanwhile, we also follow Corey Coleman. He's escaped with a big bag of money, chat. Sagat's also there. He's like, Corey, no! Take me with you. And they take him. And they escape, chat. And like, okay, now we can fucking use all this money. We can restart a criminal empire. Corey's like, I just want to go to Jamaica. Fuck that. And they open up, chat, but it's the Bison dollars. They're practically worthless. It costs more to print on that piece of paper than the paper themselves. And they're like, fuck! No! So they got what was coming to them, chap. And then we cut to our heroes, and they're watching as the base explodes and everything. And Ryu and Ken are like, you know what, Jean-Claude Van Damme, you were right. We don't want to be gun runners anymore. We don't want to be bad guys. We want to be good guys. Like, hell yeah. You're free to go. You can join us. And Zangief, he's like, can I join too? Even though Zangief has been working for a genocidal mass maniac for who knows how many years. Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, sure, why not? He's like, yay, everyone's happy chapping. There's a big old explosion. I was like, whoa, that was the big explosion. Let's fucking pose. And they pose, chat. They just pose, and then it's the end of the movie. Street Fighter credits. It's like, that was weird. We have no idea how to end this. There's so many characters. We can't give everyone, like Chun-Li's there. Chun-Li, whose story ended. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Jean-Claude Van, oh, this is terrible. Because, no, there is a moment, I apologize. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Chun-Li do have a moment, chat, where Chun-Li is like, okay, can I finally get that interview, Guile? And he goes, you can get that interview if you wear that dress. It's like, oh my god. And then the explosion happens and pose! And that's it. That is Street Fighter, chat. It is a, it's dumb fun. There's just so much going on that you just lose track of what's happening in the movie. They just cram it with it's like, hey, I mean, I'll give it to them. They crammed a lot of the characters from the games in this film. There's no doubt about it. I mean, some cases it works better. You know, everything on Charlie's terrible. Like, his makeup, his story just falls so flat. You never for a second buy that him and Jean-Claude Van Damme had any semblance of a friendship. You never see him on screen before. So I was like, okay, this is just window dressing. Like, the best parts of the movie, as I said before, are Raul Julia as M. Bison. He is having so much fun chewing the scenery, chat. He does a great job. And so if you want to see this film, see it for him. Matter of fact, the end credits opens with, hey, in honor of Raul Julia, because he passed away like 2 months before this movie was released, chat. He had a stroke, a massive stroke, and he died. So it's like, you know what? Watch it for him. It's a rental. It's a rental. I don't hate this movie, but you don't necessarily need to see it. But you want to have some fun, see Raul Julia, go ahead and check it out.